the best advice that I was given, and I'll give this to whoever is listening, is to raise smart money. I had people approach me and say, Aaron, I'll invest in you. Like whatever brand you want to go after, if you want to become a franchisor, I'll give you whatever capital you need. A few of my board members are amongst the most respected people in the franchise industry, probably top 5.
What was that process like raising capital? Are you hitting up friends and family? Or are you structuring an actual like Reg D? Like what are you doing?
So I was fortunate enough due to what we did. So I was involved with Patch Boys. Do you know the brand, the Patch Boys?
I've heard of it.
So it was a drywall repair franchise. So that business at the company that I worked with when we acquired it had 100 locations. Me and a brand president rebuilt infrastructure to get that brand ready for scaling. We scaled that. I added in 2 years 223 locations to that brand in 24 months. So from 2020 to 2022, I added 223 locations. Every one of those franchisees opened, which I think is important to talk about. And they opened with jobs on the calendar with the marketing vendors that we worked with and a full-time skilled laborer hired prior to going to training. So no one was coming in doing the drywall repair. They were all coming in running the business. I was turning away 1 to 3 people a month on that to try to build it as if it was my own. So during that time, obviously, as you know, in franchising, that doesn't happen very often. To sell 100 units and open 100 units per year is not an easy feat. Fortunately, I worked at a portfolio of companies that had a ton of capital and were willing to continue to invest capital in growing that system. And I learned a ton. But during that time at franchise conferences, I had people approach me and say, Aaron, I'll invest in you. Like whatever brand you want to go after, if you want to become a franchisor, I'll give you whatever capital you need. And so I was able to be super selective with the people I raised capital from because I had such a higher level of interest. And the best advice that I was given, and I'll give this to whoever is listening, is to raise smart money. There is a lot of dumb money out there. Private equity guy comes give you growth capital and, takes a minority share. And he's like, I'll give you 200 grand. And, it's like, that's dumb money. You don't want dumb money. You want smart money. You want people who can provide intellectual capital in addition to actual capital. So a few of my board members are amongst the most respected people in the franchise industry, probably top 5. David Barr is one of them. Brad Fishman is another. These are people who have been in the franchise industry for decades, 3 decades or more, and could provide mentorship. And so those are the people I raise capital from.
Wow. Awesome. Smart move, man. That's super cool. So what do you, how many franchisees do you guys have operating now at this point?
So we have 36 franchisees sold. We have 10 operating in 32 territories. Everyone else will be operating by the end of April. So we have about a 10-week ramp-up process after you sign at minimum. But as I told you, I cap my franchise trainings at what I know my capacity is. So last month was our last 3-person training. We've now built a staff that can support 12 per month. So February is booked. March is booked. By the end of next week, April will be booked. And then whoever signs up now will probably open, or whoever comes in and requests information now will probably open in the soonest would be May. But we're signing up about 2 to 3 people per week right now. So we just cap them when we know what our capacity is.
If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.